who I've gotten to know very well and very close in a short amount of time.
That's awesome, dude. Let me just make sure everything's set on the live side. I want to make sure this thing was tripping a little bit. I want to make sure we are live. Yes, we are live. Remembering Blockbuster Music, if you're just joining us, we are live on the Race Plays radio show. Here, sitting with DGS 619, the brother of Blockbuster Music, was kind enough to come in. We've created an amazing relationship ourselves. DGS 619 streams as well. I stream too. We're jumping into each other's chats, causing chaos and the most funniest, crazy stuff that we drive each other crazy in each other's chats. So we've become great friends as well. And it kind of, I think it just speaks to the family. It feels like you just have this amazing family around you. Your mom pops into the streams, Theo pops into the streams, all your friends and your family. Just seems like a very supportive, tight-knit family. Is that the case?
Yeah, I mean it's been that way since we were kids, practically. Me and Jerry, we grew up with a very tight knit, close family here in San Diego, Chula Vista National City to be exact.
Chula Vista,
and then kind of have my dad's side of the family, Samudio side, my mom's side of the family, the Renteria side. But it's like we were just one big family growing up of aunts, uncles, cousins, grandparents, both sides. Like everybody just got along so well. We had so many great times and great gatherings together. And that just translated into us, growing up and having kids of our own. And we're really thankful for all of those memories and that strong support that we have. I've said it numerous times on my stream, when, we bring up Jerry every stream, every stream inspired by him. And I always say family strong. That's, that's how we try to deal with him not physically being here, every single day is family strong. And that's not just, our family, that's all of you guys too. The Twitch community, all the people that we've gotten to meet, streamers, DJs, viewers through Jerry, have been such a big part of just this healing process that we're still going through and going to go through for the rest of our lives, frankly.
right?
You know, family strong. Like I can't say it enough.
100%.
It's translated to all of you guys, and you guys see it. How close we are and how we get everybody to interact from our family. It's just a thing that keeps growing.
Big time. It's exactly, you couldn't have described it better. It's like your family's rubbing off on us, bro. It's the Zamudio family inside of Twitch and making us part of your family, and it's awesome. That's what I love about Twitch too. It's just such an awesome community, especially the DJ side. Everybody's really, really tight knit. Was it just you and your brother? Is there other siblings?
There's another brother. His Twitch handle is "This is your friend Aaron."
This is
You'll
your friend
see him
Aaron.
maybe twice. You'll see him twice a year on Twitch on average. He'll just pop in at the most random time.
Is he DJ or what?
But no, he actually hosts a vinyl night at the brewery that he works at.
Oh,
It's
okay.
called Lost Abbey. It's down here in kind of northern San Diego, coastal.
Oh,
But
crazy.
yeah, he just, I mean, it's like Jerry's rubbed off on all of us, really. He's kind of the first one that had the love for vinyl from my parents, and then my brother Aaron started getting into vinyl and hosting this theme night like every Monday at his brewery. I started collecting vinyl. So we're all, me, Aaron, and Jerry are, I mean, we're very much alike in a lot of ways, like with music, with pop culture, with you know trying to make each other laugh and laughing at the dumbest stuff sometimes. Usually it's it's like me and my brother, and so yeah, just me and my two brothers, Aaron and Jerry.
What?
But then
What's
all of our cousins are like siblings too.
crazy? Crazy. So it's Jerry, Aaron, and DGS 619. What's the age? What's the ages? Who's the oldest?
I'm the oldest, and then Jerry's 3 years younger, and Aaron is 10 years younger.
How old are you? Can you say?
I am. What year is it? I'm 45.
45.
I do the math.
Nice. No, I was gonna say
So 45, 42, and 35.
Yeah, 45, 32, and yeah, so perfect, so perfect. So I was gonna say you have to be like my age, because me and you, when we're on the stream, we're talking about WWE, and we're the woo You got that freaking
Oh my
you've
gosh,
got those awesome emojis that we get to use, and
Ric Flair all the way.
Ric Flair all the way, baby. Woo! And then the 619, I got the Ramon Works has that wrestling one that looks like Rey Mysterio, so I pop that one off every once in a while.
Yeah, that's right, huh? Good stuff.
Nice. What is up, Painting Polish? How you doing, my friends? Welcome in, J Rob. Welcome in, Painting Polish. Welcome in, Chad. If you're just joining us, we are remembering.
I'm looking at the comments now.
Yeah, I finally see it. It's a little trippy today. It's kind of. It was like a little slow or something, but it seems like it's working. Let me just double check. Oh yeah, we're live. Let me see. Seems like it's. Oh yeah, doubling up there. Nice, crazy. So Gerry. So it sounded like you said like Gerry started out the DJing at first. Is getting into vinyl and stuff like that.
Yeah, and actually, I'm gonna go way back. There was a story I shared recently on not this Sunday, but the past Sunday we did the You Got to Chill Raid Train, which was several DJs, close DJs, Gerry's friends. We got together to do a stream in honor of his favorite show. He loved doing the Sunday night show, You Got to Chill, which was like all decades, all genres, kind of in that same chill, wind down, mid tempo, slow jam type of vibe.
Oh yeah.
It's something we looked forward to all the time, like his way to get wind down from the weekend and to get the week started on the right foot. And it was all love every time we were in there. So on my set, I played a record instrumental, and I told a story about mine and my brother's first vinyl experience. It's something that like just hadn't really remembered until I physically had a vinyl in my hand that we had gotten from a store together. Here in Chula Vista, it was called ACS Records. I had to be like 17. He was 14. We 1996. You've heard Gerry throw that out there a lot of time. That's his favorite year of music, and for a reason.
1996.
That's when 1996. That's when he really got into like music and exploring it beyond stuff that was on the radio. Here in San Diego, we listened to Z90, and Friday nights and Saturday nights they would have like a hip hop mix show, kind of like what they would have in LA, stuff that we didn't get to hear,
like kind of like 89.9 down
late night
here, like
shows.
KCRW.
Kind of like KCRW, yeah,
Right.
And I lived in LA for a good chunk of my life, so yeah, that was a great station.
Hell yeah, dude.
But yeah, just as we listen to those shows and listen to the radio, we would find songs that like, hey, well, this isn't a cassette single, this isn't a CD single, like where are we gonna find this stuff? And we happened onto this record store where it's like, hey, let's go check it out, and we would just look for stuff that was like promo copies, stuff that we couldn't find anywhere else.
There was no streaming at that time, so
there was no streaming. It was the old school way. Or you wait by the radio to like record it on your tape. And
that's true.
Man, I missed the song by 10 seconds. Yeah,
the two buttons.
Yeah, yeah. We have so many of those tapes, but yeah. So we went a few times. We got a handful of records together, and then I think after that we found like compilation CDs like at swap meets and the mall, random stores, which like, oh, they have all the songs that are out now that like don't have singles or don't have you can't find them anywhere. So we gravitated towards that and kind of went away from vinyl. Full circle to like pandemic era. A funny coincidence happened where Gerry kind of initiated with us and me and my cousins and people to kind of like bring people together and say, hey, let's we can't go anywhere, we can't visit anybody, but let's like do something music related. And what we ended up doing was he created a shared playlist on Spotify. He's like, hey, everybody add a couple songs every day, like just whatever you're feeling, just throw it in there. Try to just create this eclectic group of music.
He came up with that idea?
He came up with that idea.
Wow.
It ended up being like almost a week's worth of music, like 24/7 when it was all said and done. I still have the playlist actually. In that time frame, he did other things where he started, reaching out to people and interviewing them, like family members, friends, eventually DJs, where he would talk about music related memories. Like he'd throw questions at you, like, "Hey, what are your top 5 songs?" Wow. I'm gonna throw a song out there. You tell me what it reminds you of. And it was called "Feeling the Music." The website is out there still. It's like 49 episodes plus compilations deep. But this was the thing that like was, like the evolution of this playlist he created.
That's
And
his
from that,
style too. That's what I remember. That
that's his
that
style.
that core
Yeah.
style was still there later on.
Pretty much what
Yeah.
you saw on Twitch was like the evolution of his like interviewing style and all that stuff. And um,
So crazy.
the and then fast forward to like maybe 2020, early 2021, random text conversation like that I was having with him, and I said, hey, check this out. I had like downloaded an app on my phone and found a way to like rig a speaker to it and like record a mix, like just using an app on my phone, like 30 minutes. I sent it to him and I said, I found this app. I was trying to find a way to like just mix music from Spotify or other playlists. Let me know what you think. And he shot back and said, funny enough, I downloaded an app and I started mixing music right now too. Like we were both on the same wavelength of like trying to explore this thing. We hadn't talked to each other about it at all.
Oh, crazy.
So that turned into us just kind of like exchanging stuff. Like, hey, how does this sound? For me, it was like a couple of years of just sending them stuff randomly, like just hour-long mixes, different genres. Hey, what do you think? Just getting feedback because it was a hobby. He started streaming like in end of 21, early 22.
So once you so let's just slow it down a little bit.
Yeah,
like
there's a lot of info.
Like I'm thinking this starts off with which most DJs on Twitch they start off and they're DJing parties, house parties, they're DJing at clubs, and then COVID comes around, nobody can do gigs, and then exactly what happened, they all end up on Twitch. But your story is not like that. You guys were like music vinyl fans. You're finding this killer off the set type music, putting it together, sharing it with each other, finding ways to pre-record stuff. And then who finds Twitch? Does Gerry find Twitch?
Oh, he's the one that found Twitch. Like he turned me on to Twitch. Kind of like, funny enough, I was looking at old text messages today, just kind of like, hey, what was going on 2-3 years ago? Like, how did this thing all start? And it started with like DJ Franchise, who's on Twitch a lot back then. He's doing big things in real life right now, and
DJ
hopefully
Franchise?
he's going to be back on Twitch soon. DJ Franchise, but he had his own. He would DJ, and then he would have these like movie trivia nights, and it happened to be like La Bamba. So Gerry texted me like, "Hey, check this channel out. It's a La Bamba
What's
trivia."
Up,
It's like,
Diaz, by the way?
That
What's
sounds
up,
pretty
Logan?
cool. But yeah, Martina, what's up?
You know her?
How you
Martina
doing?
Diaz?
That's PCA for life, fam.
There you go.
Prostate cancer awareness. There you go.
There you go.
So,
welcome in.
Yeah, but no, I mean, it started with something simple like that. Just
So you guys were getting
sent a
influenced
DJ that he
by-
recommended.
So okay, got it. So he saw
Yeah.
DJ Franchise, was like, check this dude out, and then it goes.
Yeah.
That's what you see.
And
Like you see that all the time. Now you see people watching movies. Now you see people DJing.
Right.
But back then there was very few people doing that.
yeah, and it was like DJ Franchise at first, and then it was Ricardo DJing, then Ebony ATL, then Mike C Music, all these people that we know now. Like it was just Gerry sharing simple links. Hey, check this DJ out. Check this DJ out, and it just grew from there.
Crazy, dude. Where does Mr. Lattenhouse come into the picture? He'll be in tomorrow.
He comes into the picture more like 2023.
Okay, later
I
on.
didn't think Gerry found his channel for sure. Gerry, and I'm probably gonna mess up the facts here. I think Gerry got onto one of his raid trains, Battle of the Decades, or something similar.
Hell yeah.
And that led to like Mr. Lattenhouse reaching out to me to be a part of one of the Battle of the Decades.
Crazy.
That's how that connection started.
So we'll get in deep tomorrow night with Mr. Lattenhouse. If you're just joining us, Mr. Lattenhouse will be here tomorrow night at the same time, the 6 o'clock hour, 8 o'clock Chicago time. We're here with DGS 619. We're talking about Blockbuster Music. It's a 2-night special remembering the great Blockbuster Music from Twitch. And we're just talking about how it all started, the nuts and bolts of how it all got started. They're both interested in vinyl. They're discovering music. They're sharing it with us on Twitch. And like I said, this is all very new. Think about it. 5 years ago is when all the DJs started coming on. 2020, freaking COVID hits. There's no gigs in the club. There's no gigs in the party. Nobody. You can't even go to. If you remember, we'd be talking like this with the mask. You couldn't go to a party unless you had a mask. So there was no outside talking to people like that, and so everybody ended up on Twitch. Gerry discovers it and brings in both. So both of you guys are streaming at the same time at that time on Twitch as well.
He started about a year and a half before I did. He was doing it, and he actually did like several months where he wasn't even on camera. He was just showing like a background picture.
Oh, crazy!
Playing music in the background, and then he would throw like random video clips out there, like a random clip from Police Academy, something pop culture.
That's why
related.
I love you guys.
Like,
that's why I asked your age, because you guys must be exactly like wrestling, Police Academy, all those things. What is up, Ricardo?
Yeah, you get it,
welcome in. James Miller, welcome in. Let's go. Thank you so much, James.
Ricardo,
I appreciate that.
Ricardo, great friend of the family, great friend of Gerry's. What's up, Ricardo? James Miller, how's it going?
Awesome. Love it.
But he started Twitch first. He was on it. I had no intentions of ever going on Twitch. But as I got more comfortable with like just, mixing and DJing like on my own behind the scenes, it turned into me like getting a controller and, starting to be a little more serious about it. And even then I wasn't like, well, I'm going to go on Twitch. It just happened to be like a fly, like on the fly, I decided one day I'm just going to stream and see what happens. And that was like literally 2 years ago, a little over 2 years ago. It was March of 2023.
Let's go, Mr. Lathouse in the house. Let's go, Mr. Lathouse in the chat.
Mr.
Make sure you follow him on Twitch.
What's up, brother?
He'll be here tomorrow night live with us, same bat channel, same bat time. Right now we're at DGS 619. It's a 2-night special remembering Blockbuster music, and we're getting the nuts and bolts of the beginning, the very beginning stages. I love it because you guys are really, really into music just like me. We have vinyl over here, and I have shelves of vinyl. I have a freaking suitcase full of CDs, if you guys remember what CDs are. I have an 8-track over there on my thing. I have a garage full of another trunk full. It looks like a coffin of vinyl that I used to carry around when I would DJ parties in Compton, by the way. Holy moly, shout out to Compton. Crazy. But you guys are loving music, into music, and interesting, like you said, like he was already on Twitch and you were like kind of iffy about it. Is it because you just loved the music period, and you were just like, I just want to play music? And what were your thoughts back then? Do you remember?
That's literally was just, hey, I want to play music, and it was like, my brother was inspiration. It's like, he found something that he wanted to do, and he started, just getting better at it, getting more interactive with people, and I was like, that was a very positive influence on me. But even then, like I wasn't too big on just interacting with people. I just wanted to play the music, and that's something that just kind of happened as you get more used to, like, looking at the screen, seeing who's there. Hey, what's up? Welcome in. It just starts becoming like a second nature.
But the way you just said it, dude, that's the you. That's the you that I love. Hey, what's up?
Well, good.
Hey, what's up? That's DGS 619 in the flesh, my friends. You watch this show. Yeah. Make sure you follow DGS 619 on Twitch, by the way. You have your own style as well. I mean, we could talk about Gerry for the rest of our lives, but you, my friend, are an amazing streamer yourself. You do the music. Talk about that though. I mean, you are amazing. You interact with the crowd amazingly. You never miss a beat when I'm throwing Ric Flair out there. So you're an expert at it by now. But the music side of things, you are like a freaking encyclopedia of genres of music that I really appreciate, because when I had the time to be in music when I was younger, that's the type of stuff I loved. Is that all you? Is it Gerry? Is it both of you guys? Is it the family? What is it?
It's definitely both of us. One thing that we found after his passing, as we were in his apartment, was an essay that he wrote in college. In March of 2003. Like, all right, it's where a lot of numbers and a lot of connections kind of happen coincidentally. I'll get into that right now.
Wow.
But this is March 2003 is what the essay was dated. It's called My Older Brother. He wrote it for a college class, and in it, it's kind of the origin story of 1996 and why he likes 1996 so
You
much.
guys always say that on the
Apparently,
stream.
like
This is interesting. Talk about it.
96 alert. It's all
Yeah.
about 1996. It's a pretty funny essay because he talks about like how, as a kid he was more into like Vanilla Ice and Crisscross and
Hell
all this
yeah.
like kind of popular stuff. It's like, and I would recommend songs to him that were kind of off the radar of like pop rap music.
Hmm.
But then 1996 he started paying attention because I kept pushing the Crossroads on him. I was like, oh my gosh, have you seen this Bone Thugs and Harmony video? Have you heard this song? You have to hear this song. Like I kept bugging him about it, and apparently he saw it and he was like, there's other stuff out there, and that's when he started paying attention more to like Rap
Hmm.
City and Yo MTV Raps and Video Soul and kind of like digging into the stuff beyond radio.
Love it.
So it was surprising and very touching to read that like years later. And that's March 2003. Flash forward to March 2023. Ironically, that's when I started streaming. Um, and then this past March of 2025, we have is like You Got the Chill Raid Train. Like we find these incidences where things kind of line up. It's like
Right.
the universe is speaking to us, is what it feels
Oh,
like
big time.
sometimes. But
100%.
that's like, I mean, that was, and then it's funny in the essay he even says like, at some point I got better than him at music and finding stuff, and I would recommend stuff to him. It was like, and he was right. He was absolutely right. The
Yeah.
tables flipped, and he was like the one recommending stuff to me, and just
Nice.
together it was like exchanging good stuff that we'd never heard before and trying to better ourselves.
Yeah. But I love that the big brother started it, man. You got that like checked off. The big brother turned him on to some other stuff, and then he started rolling with it the way it should be, right?
Yeah, he flipped it on me.
And he flipped
Good
it
job,
on you.
Jerry.
Oscar Interior,
Yeah.
welcome in, welcome in. James Miller
Oh,
still
that's
with
Orm
us.
20, by the way.
Who's that?
That is Orm 20.
Oh,
Awesome.
20. There it is. Is that Theo?
That is Twitch's Theo.
Nice. Hell yeah. Twitch Theo, Orm20 in the house. Make sure you follow Orm20 on Twitch. J Rob's in the house as well. Hearts in the chat. Awesome. Welcome in. If you're just joining us, Blockbuster Music, his brother, DGS619, right here. Remembering Blockbuster Music for the next 2 nights today with DGS619. Tomorrow night, Mr. Latin House will be joining us as well. Yeah, dude, I loved his unique style. You guys are like an encyclopedia of music, like I said. And then also the fact that he did podcasts, which really caught me because as a podcaster, I was like, oh, crazy. I would like listen to the way he did it and then and then he brought in the music. I'm like, I don't know if I could do that like at the same time the way he did it, but I go with I can learn from him on the music side for sure, and I can certainly learn about podcasting too. So I learned so much watching the show, and Icy Vamp, of course, is the one that turned me on to the show, and like a lot of things. Icy Vamp, I mean, if she's here, shout to Icy Vamp, she's amazing.
Yeah, shout outs to my sis.
So like you said, you were streaming as well. You've been streaming like crazy since 2023. Do you remember when was it like okay, he's sick? Because it seemed like instantly, like all of a sudden, like I see him on Twitch, he seems healthy, he seems normal. Did he stream up until the time that he knew he was sick, or when did that come about?
Yeah, he streamed then. He streamed while he was going through treatment. And this is going back to December of 23 when I got the call.
2023.
About 2023. Got the call from my dad with the test results, and your world just stops when you hear something like that.
Sure.
Just a punch to the gut, a kick in the stomach, like all at once. Just like, man, like why? I mean, the why is always the first question.
So young,
but
too.
so young, and with that type of cancer, I mean, pancreatic cancer. If I could talk about it just briefly,
take your time too.
It's one of the most difficult, or not the most difficult, cancer to catch early. There's not a good early screening test for it other than genetic testing.
By the time you know that you have it, it's already increased quite a bit.
You're already in a close to advanced stage
Oh
once
my
once you have
god.
the symptoms and get it diagnosed. It's and that I mean and that's uh a big mission of PanCAN, Pancreatic Cancer Action Network, is trying to improve that survival rate. How do we get early screening? How do we improve those processes along with the research? I mean, the research is so key in trying to find a way to like give people a more fighting chance. But early screening is huge. I know when I found out about my brother, my first visit to my doctor was, here's what's going on with my brother. Like, test me for everything. He tells my response.
Shoot, yeah,
But it's
dude.
not that simple. It's not that simple. Having
Oh,
a family history of it. If you have a family history of any kind of cancer, you definitely got to let your doctor know. And
holy crap.
push for those tests. Whether it's prostate cancer, breast cancer. It's a preventative health thing, and it's trying to catch it early. Mr. Landhouse with stomach cancer, he's going through his journey right now. He caught it early, and he's doing great right now.
Really?
And that's it's no coincidence that he's kind of a part of our family and does a lot of stuff with us. He's picked up that message of advocacy and trying to catch it early, and it's something that's impacting him directly right now.
That's so crazy too, dude. I wanted to like that's just crazy. Like Jerry gets what's up for Alfredo Renteria? Welcome in. The nation in the house. Let's go. Cruise content. Welcome
Raider
in.
Fred.
SoCal stroke survivors. Welcome in. We love you as well. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Crazy. Yeah, dude, it's crazy. Then Mr. Lattenhouse gets stomach cancer. We're gonna talk about that tomorrow night. It's just crazy. Like, yeah, it's just insane. Let's talk about the weekend of that. By the way, Painting Polish is going to put the link up for Pancreatic Cancer Network. If you're not involved with that network, I highly recommend it. They're doing a lot of transformative research. I mentioned in the beginning of the show, transformative research. What I mean is that they're getting transformational therapies that are able to help, whether it's living with pancreatic cancer, whether it's families with pancreatic cancer, therapies, different things that are working, and different solutions. Maybe you could talk about a little bit more about that DGS 619. Do you know about some of the ongoing research that they're doing?
Um, a little bit. I know, like, the research that I mean, the treatments that are known so far. There's a surgical option. If it's caught early enough, or like in a location that is not obstructive to other things, it can be surgically removed. Chemotherapy is an option. Radiation is an option. One thing we're seeing kind of more and more with just various cancers is immunotherapy. I don't think immunotherapy is quite there yet with pancreatic cancer, but basically that's like training, a way to train your immune system to actually fight the cancer on its own. Um,
So they're
it's
working
it's
with
not
that
as
right now.
well
The
known just yet.
immunal training.
Well, I know that's one thing that just pancreatic cancer research looks into. I don't think it's even close enough to being a reality yet. I mean, it's
Sure.
still kind of a fairly new technology. But I know there are other cancers that use immunotherapy and have success with it.
Yeah, it's a crazy I mean, no matter what cancer you're dealing with, you're basically dealing with your body almost attacking the cell, right? It's multiplying the cells over and over again and creating that tumor or whatnot, or that change in your cells. So
Hmm.
it's very difficult, no matter what cancer you're dealing with. And a pancreatic cancer, you're talking about this whole area and things are in the way, and it just can be very difficult. It's crazy.
Yeah, the other difficult part of it is like pancreas is part of your digestive system. And part of like cancer treatment is like you gotta keep your energy up. You gotta eat, and pancreatic cancer is something that can directly affect that, and just like throw just another wrench in trying to like recover and rest and beat that thing.
How did he change? Like, did he lose appetite and stuff like that? And you know, as he got weaker and weaker.
He so his routine for the most part was he'd have his chemo week, you know, about 7 days to recovery, and then he'd get kind of back into normal. eating certain things that he could, getting his energy back, going on Twitch. That gave him a lot of energy. Just having people there and seeing the support and kind of keeping it light and laughing with everybody. That helped him a lot. It was huge for him. Just it's something he looked forward to. Like hey, I'm gonna do chemo this week, but when I'm recovered, I get to do these things that I love. And he had my family there the whole time. My mom and dad were there with him the whole time through his battle. Shiny Crafter, his girlfriend, was there the whole time. Audrey, his daughter, there the whole time. He
Yeah,
had
he has
this
a daughter.
strong support group, and yes, and then all of us here in San Diego were supporting him too. But he was definitely well supported through this whole journey.
It's amazing, man. Beautiful. It's a beautiful family. If you're just joining us, DGS619, the Zamudio family. We're talking about Blockbuster Music. There was like I said in the beginning of the show, there was the fateful night, October 19th. I was on the raid train at 4 a.m. To 6 a.m. I don't know if you remember, at 4 a.m. to 6 a.m. I was on the raid train. By the time I got off, Icy Vamp had already texted me and messaged me that he passed away. What hour do you remember? Or you shouldn't. When did he pass away exactly?
It was really the early hours of that morning. I got the call probably around 1:30 or so
Wow.
at night. And when I got, I knew when I got the call, it's like I knew it. Without answering the phone, it's just okay. This is reality now. But that's it's kind of it is kind of a weird memory to go back to now because that's what happened like in the middle of the night. The day before on the 18th, we started our 10-day raid train called Blocktoberfest, which was, we did this the whole month of October was for him pretty much.
Yeah.
Um, you know, a few DJs got together with Mr. Latin House and myself, including DJ Genrock, Ricardo DJing, Mike C Music, DJ I Am Electro, with this want to like, hey, we should do something for Gerry. They brought this idea to us, and it turned into like, hey, let's do a raid train to let's do a whole month long of activities. So there was like a raid train for supporting Gerry. Then we did a 1996 raid train, and then we did this
Nice.
whole 10-day raid train. Blocktoberfest, and this was all geared towards the cause that we're supporting now, Pancreatic Cancer Action Network, specifically their event Purple Stride 2025, which is a nationwide 5K walk, 60 cities, coast to coast, all walking at the same time, raising funds for Pancreatic Cancer Action Network, for research, for advocacy.
When
So
is
like
that?
all these raid trains, we're supporting that. That is happening Saturday, April 26th, 2025. We're our team, Gerry Strong 96. We're walking here in San Diego. And I think long-term goal is to like have this be there's a Gerry Strong team in every city like that has a friend of his or a family member of his all walking on the same day.
It's
Like
totally
that's the
possible,
ultimate
dude. With
goal.
everybody on
A
Twitch, absolutely.
nationwide Gerry Strong. Oh yeah.
Hell yeah.
I've talked to PanCan about it. Like they're open to the idea and they're going to help us out with a way to like make that a reality.
Crazy, dude. Why is it too late to sign up for the 26th?
Not at all, man. Come on down.
All right, let me figure out. Let's figure out that on the DM. Let's figure out how I can get down there on the 26th.
All right.
That'd be freaking sick.
Yep. So going back to that night, October 18th. So I was on the raid train. I was not supposed to stream on that first day, but I had to fill in for our buddy Citizen Richard. Shout outs to him.
Yeah.
So I ended up, streaming at night, and it was a good stream. It was a little bit emotional, but at the end of the stream, I was talking to the street like directly to Gerry through Twitch, and just telling him how I felt and how proud I was of him, and you know he was awake and alert to hear that. Like he was resting pretty much the whole day, but what my parents told me in China Crafters, like when that moment came on, he like got alert. He heard what I had to say, and that was just probably one of the hardest things to know the next day. That I mean, I'm proud I got to say it. I'm proud that he got to see that before he left us. But you know, um, yeah, everything changed the next day.
Crazy, bro. You were streaming that night, and
Yeah,
it's beautiful because it's your art form. You're streaming live, and you're speaking to your brother, and he hears you as he's passing away throughout the night, and then we're all streaming. I stream, and we're all we don't even know at 4 a.m. I'm streaming. I didn't even know. And then I get off, and then I find out he passed. It's a crazy loss. A young, beautiful life, a streamer. If you're just joining us, we're talking about Blockbuster Music. He leaves a community behind who loved him. He leaves behind crates of records. DGS 619 now plays some of those records on Twitch on Sundays, so be sure to follow DGS 619 to listen to those. It's just such a crazy story, it's something that I think about a lot. I lost 3 friends over COVID. As I get older, I start to go to more and more funerals, unfortunately. So it's crazy how I really start to appreciate like the people I meet. Like even as crazy, and people in the stream will understand this. Like we're crazy. We create such amazing bonds on Twitch with DGS619, with Mr. Latin House, with the people that we stream together. It's a very strong, beautiful community, and it's amazing that at moments like these, how we come together for great causes, whether it's a cause before things go awry, or whether it's a cause for future stuff, whether it's a cause for remember the other night we were on because of what's his name's mom passed away, and we were on for her funeral to raise money for that. I forgot who,
Intoxicator DK, was it?
Intoxicator, yeah, dude.
Yeah.
So, and then now we find out Mr. House has stomach cancer. We're able to help him. We're just able to be supportive for one another, and we're all across the world, dude. The dude was in Denmark. Mr. House is in
Yeah.
Chicago, and you guys are in San Diego. It's a huge community. It's an awesome thing. By the way, Painting Paul has just put the links in the chat for DGS 619 and the Pancreatic Cancer Network. The Streamlabs finally worked, so the Pancreatic Cancer Network link is right there. If you want to learn more about the Pancreatic Cancer Network, there is the website to either you can donate, you can learn more about the network. Anything will help this amazing cause to fight pancreatic cancer. It's amazing, bro. It's a trip. It's a trip. Like I said, I just try to appreciate people more. That I meet, whether it's in stream or in person. Whether here's a light story. So you know how like people will like on Facebook, somebody passes away, they'll Jeff unfortunately passed away, blah 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 blah. It's April Fool's Day today, right?
Yeah.
So did you see that post where the guy says like Tim actually woke up today. He's very happy. He lived, and it's still in like the black and white, like the memorial picture.
Oh, I missed that one. No.
Dude, yeah, it's like some guy from I forgot who was who posted that. It was like he's like in a suit in some black and white, so it looks like he passed away. It's like Tim woke up today and he's fine and he's at work right now. It's just like just to lighten up the mood there for you guys. Holy moly!
And that that it's important. Like I mean, lighten up the mood is like how we get through stuff like this. At Jerry's Celebration of Life, we did the memorial service, the night before, and then the mass celebration of life the day after. But that memorial, like there was so many like funny stories shared with Jerry. He touched a lot of people's lives, and it was like very sad time. But like we had our laughs and remembered stuff that he did or things that he said, and it just it's important to try to get light through times like that. I mean, if we don't, we'll just let it consume ourselves.
100%.
Family strong. Like we all helped each other through that one, and we still are to this day.
Love it, love it, love it. If you guys aren't following DGS619, an amazing streamer himself, Mr. Lattenhouse will be on tomorrow night as well. Any other thoughts that you would like to share with us before we finish up here? Any memories that you want to share with us about Mr. Blockbuster Music?
Just memories of him. I did get to see him stream in real life a few times, and I was just so proud to see him, do that. He did like my dad's 65th birthday. I'm probably blanking on the year, but yeah, he did my dad's a big birthday bash for my dad. He DJ'd our PCA for Life golf tournament a couple years ago,
Crazy.
along with Margulis and Romeo Gotera. I just love seeing him in action. On Twitch all the time, but I love seeing him do it like in real life too. Just it's such a proud moment. But I mentioned that because he was a big part of Prostate Cancer Awareness for Life, our family's organization. We have a golf tournament coming up August 15th of this year. That if you want to golf and come down to San Diego,
I don't think
right?
you want to see me golf. That would be funny in itself. The ball, the freaking thing will end up in the lake.
We'll put you with a ringer so that way they.
Is it a bat or a hockey stick? I don't know what to use.
I know, right?
No, but I do have the whole set. I have the whole set. The closest I've ever been playing golf is like the driving range. That's all I've ever done.
Oh, well, just keep going to the driving range. Eventually something's going to work.
Eventually.
It's big for our organization. This is going to be our 5th annual golf tournament.
August 26th?
We're aligned with August 15th.
August 15th. I want to make sure I get that.
We do align with Zero Prostate Cancer. James Miller, I saw your comment earlier in the stream. Representing Zero Prostate Cancer. My dad went to DC for the Zero Prostate Cancer Summit in February.
Wow.
To just kind of get into the the weeds of like what the advocacy looks like at the capital level, and what Zero Prostate Cancer is doing to like try to get prostate cancer to be more recognized and kind of on that higher level of cancer, and then get more funding on the research. Long-term goal of mine is like pancreatic cancer. Let's get pancreatic cancer to that level too. It's not a helicopter, sorry.
I was gonna say, is that your dog or is that a ghetto bird? By the way, you haven't mentioned your dog at all during the show. That's very sad. Please tell everybody about your dog.
He's been very calm actually. Sunny.
He hasn't disturbed the show at all. What's going on with Sunny?
Everybody loves Sunny. Everybody asks for him when he's not on stream. They want to see him. When he comes on stream and tries to cause trouble and I try to shoo him away, they want more of him. So it's just, people love Sunny causing chaos on stream. He's a good boy.
Sunny emojis in the chat if you got him. Oscar Renteria just invited me to the PCA golf tournament, so I guess I'm going. What the hell?
Now you got to. Arm 20 says you're going. You're going.
Arm 20 says I'm going. Theo says I'm going. I'm going. I'm going to have the craziest shorts you've ever seen, and I got the golf shoes too. It's out of control.
Well, there is a best dressed contest too.
Oh, so win! It's over.
Yeah, I think you're gonna have a good chance at
it's
that.
It's over. Look at these shades I got already. Ready for the show. Ready for the golf tournament, huh? I'll wear these. Huh? The orange shades. I got these from Pico Rivera.
I like it.
If you know Pico Rivera Dentistry, okay?
Shout out to Pico Rivera Dentistry.
Shout out to Pico Rivera Dentistry. If you want to sponsor me, hit me up in the DM, Pico Rivera Dentistry. Holy moly. Holy moly. Guys, don't forget to catch me, DGS619, Mr. Lattenhouse, the week of May 30th to June 5th. June 5th, that's my birthday. May 30th to June 5th, we'll be streaming the whole week. DGS619. I'm on there on the Saturday morning show as well, my usual time. It's going to be an awesome, it's for a pancreatic cancer thing. Did your dad put this on?
Prostate cancer awareness.
Prostate
cancer. We got two. Yeah. So the June one is for prostate cancer.
Let's go, guys.
I don't know, right? Both of us. So that's our second annual fundraiser for PCA for Life on Twitch. We did one last year. where we raised $8,000 during the raid train, and the grand total after everything was said and done was $9,600.
Holy
So
moly.
10,000 is the goal for this year. That's the plan.
Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Save some gonads out here. That's going to be May 30th to the June 5th, the whole week streaming events, PCA awareness, and it's going to be awesome. So the golf tournament for PCA as well.
Yeah, PCA for Life golf tournament, PCA for Life Twitch fundraiser, and then we're already looking at 2026. A couple years ago, we had a dance event, Dance for Life here in Chula Vista that we'll be bringing back next year, hopefully.
Oh, if you think my golfing's funny, wait till you see me dance. Holy moly!
Oh my gosh, I want you at every event now. And then hopefully next year, we want to do something. I don't know. It's probably going to be a combination of PCA for Life and pancreatic cancer. Some in real life DJ event in Gerry's name that we can hold every year.
Oh, sick!
That's a long term goal. This year was like too soon to try to put something like that together because it does take a lot of time and coordination. But for next year, that's something we definitely want to get off the ground. And DJs have already hit me up like, hey, if you do anything in real life, any kind of events, like we're in.
Hell yeah. If you find an 8-track machine, I'm in. I can 8-track like nobody's business. It's out of control.
We'll do an 8-track battle. What do you say?
I spin like this. Or like this. Remember you used to have to get the eraser to try to rewind it back? Like, oh no, it's going out. Yeah. It's going out. It was crazy. We had it rough back then. Holy moly.
I know the kids these days, they don't know.
They have no idea. They just stream. Now, in those days, we had to freaking get the eraser with the pencil with the eraser, wrap up the 8-track back up again, and you're driving down the street with the 8-tracks in your one hand in the freaking car, and you're trying to wind it up, and then you finally figure it out and then throw it back in the car. It's out of control. If you don't crash.
The struggle is real.
Huh?
Yeah. The struggle is real.
The struggle is real, man. And then they came out the little tapes, and then they came out with the CDs, and I thought they were a mirror, but they're CDs. Holy moly. Crazy. My friend, I want to thank you for coming on the show tonight. Guys, be sure to click on that link for more information about the Pancreatic Cancer Network, as well as the PCA Golf Tournament that's happening August 15th, and we're going to be there as well. We will also be purple striding, that's right, on April 26th in San Diego for the Purple Stride event. That's Saturday, April 26th. For more information on that, hit the link or hit me in the DM. We'll get you out there. We'll be striding together at the Purple Stride event, April 26th. Don't forget to hit up my friend DGS619 for more information as well, and follow DGS619, follow ORMD, follow Mr. Latin House, follow us on Twitch, and follow this show, the Race Flames Radio Show. My friend, anything that you need to announce, you know this is your show. You come right on. All right?
All right, man. I look forward to coming on again, and thanks for having me on. For having me on here to talk about Gerry, talk about PanCan, Twitch, all this stuff. I mean, we could go on for hours, but we'll save that for another time.
We'll do it again. We saved some more, so we saved more for 5,000-10,000 more shows. Let's do it, my friend. Let's stay it. Let's keep it going. Guys, give it up. Put some fire in the chat for DGS619 coming on the show. We love him. I love his family. Love the opportunity to get to know him and his family. It's an amazing show. If you can jump on, follow DGS619 on Twitch for more. By the way, he plays amazing music. I don't know if I mentioned that. Plus, he's a great guy. He's funny. I'm funny. Mr. Lighthouse is throwing caps in the chat, is always getting kicked out. So, hey, you don't get better. It doesn't get any better than that. Fire in the chat, my friends. Juice gang. Stay thirsty, my friends, and not dangerous. Have a great one.